There is so much good news, so much winning out of the Trump White House right now that the mainstream legacy media can't.
Boom, just when it looked like the storm was over. Leavitt, Karoline. It happens once more. The network is being rocked by a second lawsuit that has just slammed ABC and The View. Don't take this for small-time drama, though, as Sunny Hostin is oddly silent, Whoopi is perspiring, and Joy Behar is clearly enraged. This is the second case, and it has a lot of legal clout behind the scenes. According to sources, the cast is in disarray and the team is rushing through endless emergency meetings. ABC executives are describing it as a complete PR nightmare, and sponsors are already pulling out. The worst part is that insiders claim the network is about to go down. Karoline arrived with evidence, not just an angry attitude. What is contained in this most recent shocking document, and how did one court filing completely upend one of the most well-known media figures?
Calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with this rating system, but it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
The View broadcast what appeared to be another ordinary show a few days ago, but what followed was a legal battle that is only becoming more intense, Karoline. The drama has escalated from heated TV banter to a full-fledged legal disaster, with Leavitt's official filing of a second complaint against The View at ABC. Most people anticipated the show's hosts to tread gingerly after Whoopi Goldberg's initial $800 million lawsuit, but instead of turning it down, they turned it up a notch. The hosts went live with what appeared to be more of an open mic roast than daytime TV, instead of apologizing or even exercising restraint. No boundaries, no filters. Just sharp, audacious jabs, happiness leading the effort. Behar incited the crowd and fueled an on-air confrontation by characterizing Karoline as Trump's Gen Z spokesperson. In a moment that is currently being examined by lawyers, Whoopi, who was already the face of the legal fallout, delivered the decisive blow. She smirked, pushed up her glasses, and said, "She's lucky we even let her on the show." The host then took over, calling the initial lawsuit a staged GOP stunt without even blinking. The audience chuckled. For Karoline's legal team, it was game on, but the producers likely felt it was gold. Behind the scenes, the response was one of strategy rather than amusement. Her attorneys started separating the audio right once, recording each insult and comparing it to the court's pre-existing timeframes. This was more than simply poor public relations. It was proof that every arrogant remark served as a springboard for lawsuit number 2, which was filed in federal court this time. This second lawsuit wasn't a rerun of the first. Rather, it was a calculated legal strike. Karoline is no longer defending herself. Instead, she is retaliating strongly, accusing the hosts and network of retaliatory defamation. In other words, she claims that they did more than just insult her. They attempted to publicly demolish her, something they are already being criticized for. The filing doesn't mince words. The accusations include malicious intent, public humiliation, and reputational sabotage, and she didn't come empty-handed. The documents are filled with receipts, and legal experts have called ABC's defense weak at best. It details a number of intentional damaging actions meant to undermine her credibility on national television. One legal professor even asked Karoline where to send the settlement payout, joking that they might as well forego the trial. The same shocked response is echoed by the disbelieving remarks made by media ethicists, legal experts, and even a former federal judge. ABC's handling of this situation is nearly incredible. Insiders claim that this is more than just a lawsuit. It's a media earthquake, and the consequences are already being felt. The voices of Hollywood are growing louder. Rumor has it that Whoopi may not even be aware that this is her last season. It's a complete corporate catastrophe at ABC, not simply a PR fad. Rapid crisis meetings are being held by ad sponsors. It's too much pressure. The most startling aspect was that the host started the fire while the cameras were rolling, so Karoline didn't even need to do it. In the 48 hours after the second lawsuit, mayhem erupted behind the scenes as the empire now derided her from the crevices beneath their feet. Veteran producers, who are often the composed ones with clipboards and headsets, were apparently furious, and not at Karoline. This is explosive tension. No, the stars of the performance were the target of the anger. While at a post-show discussion, a senior producer reportedly slapped a folder on the table and yelled, "This is what happens when no one listens." Since reputation, trust, and millions of dollars are at stake, the staff characterized the atmosphere in the building as tense, as if something significant was about to happen.
Authority to do that. He is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch that he wishes to. There's also a case that went before the Supreme Court in 2020, Scala Law LLC versus the Customs, Bureau Protection. I would advise you to look at that case, and that's the legality that this one.
Then, like a ticking time bomb, two separate sources corroborated the shocking news of an internal ABC MIMO leak. It was a straightforward message. The panel ignored our request to refrain from making divisive remarks about this issue. That statement was a prophecy, not only a warning. ABC warned the host to back off after spotting this train crash approaching, but Joy continued to laugh. Whoopi, Sunny grinned right into a lawsuit after brushing it off. ABC is currently experiencing a serious issue. Legal teams are searching through old video, emails, and transcripts as if they were preparing for a federal case, and sponsors are disappearing. Morale has completely collapsed in the studio. We used to laugh about lawsuits, but now we're looking into severance payments, and the fallout is huge. One employee admitted, speaking anonymously, ABC has halted segment creation, locked internal finances, and put a massive promotion effort for The View on hold. Security has doubled, not because of threats, but because of the internet outcry from the public, which includes irate tweets, protest calls, and even a turn from ardent supporters. One comment went viral, and it said it all. This show used to be about the truth, but today it only focuses on discrediting everyone who disagrees and circulating petitions calling for Whoopi to be fired. According to insiders, talent contracts are being evaluated, and Joy and Sunny are becoming more popular. Translation: heads may roll, but Karoline Leavitt has been silent throughout it all. No tweets, no interviews, the quietest, most perilous tactic in the media war as The View collapses. From a distance, Karoline observes, but this isn't simply another scandal. This is the beginning of legal history. The internet isn't just watching, it's stoking the fire with hashtags like #SooTheView and #Justice for Karoline everywhere. TikTok is ablaze with dubious videos, and YouTube creators are dissecting the lawsuits like it's a Super Bowl of scandal. Legal experts say that if Karoline prevails in the 2 federal lawsuits filed within weeks, it could redefine free speech, especially in the digital age. Not only did Karoline sue The View, but she completely changed the media landscape. Now, the entire industry is on edge, and progressive voices on the left that previously supported media giants like The View are suddenly backing off. One prominent MSNBC analyst even went viral this week for saying, "Karoline may be controversial, but she's exposing a media problem we've ignored too long. Thousands of retweets, tens of thousands of likes, and now the hard questions are crashing into the mainstream because here's the thing: the elephant in the newsroom is too big to ignore now."